In today's world, we often find ourselves surrounded by people whose role is only to drain our energy and leave us feeling exhausted. These individuals, commonly known as negative or toxic people, have a knack for bringing down our mood and weakening our motivation. However, there are ways to protect ourselves from their harmful influence. This video will explore the energy reverse method, a powerful technique that can help you shield your energy from negative people and maintain your emotional well-being. By understanding and applying these techniques, you will create a protective barrier around yourself, allowing you to thrive even in the presence of negativity. 1. Recognize the signs of these energy vampires. Energy vampires are individuals who constantly drain your emotional and mental resources. They come in many forms, but all share the common trait of leaving you feeling drained after interacting with them. These people often have a negative outlook on life and tend to complain excessively about their problems without taking any action to solve them. One key characteristic of energy vampires is their tendency to seek attention and sympathy from others. They may constantly talk about their issues, expecting you to listen and provide support, but rarely reciprocate when you need help. This one-sided dynamic can leave you feeling emotionally exhausted and depleted. Another sign to watch out for is their habit of criticizing or belittling others. Energy vampires often try to boost their own self-esteem by putting others down. They may make snide comments about your appearance, achievements, or decisions, leaving you feeling insecure and doubting yourself. By recognizing these signs early on, you can take steps to protect your energy before it's drained. 2. Use the mirror technique. The mirror technique is a powerful way to reflect negative energy back to its source without absorbing it yourself. When someone tries to bring you down with harsh words or criticism, imagine holding up an invisible mirror between you and them. Their negative energy bounces off this mirror and returns to them, leaving you unaffected. To use this technique effectively, maintain a calm and neutral demeanor. Don't engage with their negativity or try to argue back. Instead, respond with neutral statements like, "I hear what you're saying," or "That's an interesting perspective." By doing this, you're not giving them the reaction they're seeking, which often leads them to back down. Remember, the goal of the mirror technique is not to hurt the other person, but to protect yourself. It's about redirecting their negative energy rather than absorbing it or fighting against it. With practice, you'll find that negative people have less and less impact on your emotional state. 3. Learn the art of redirection. Redirection is a powerful tool in the energy reverse method. When faced with a negative person, instead of getting pulled into their negativity, learn to steer the conversation in a more positive direction. This technique not only protects your energy, but can also help shift the other person's perspective. When someone starts complaining or speaking negatively, acknowledge their feelings briefly. Then try to guide the conversation towards solutions or more positive topics. For example, if a co-worker is constantly griping about their job, you could say, "I understand you're frustrated. What's one thing you could do today to make your work more enjoyable?" Practice asking questions that encourage positive thinking. Instead of dwelling on problems, ask about goals, dreams, or happy memories. By consistently redirecting conversations, you create a more positive environment for yourself and others. 4. When someone belittles you, make them say it again. When someone tries to put you down or shame you, a powerful technique is to calmly ask them to repeat what they said. Simply saying, "I want you to repeat that," or "I want you to say that again," can be very effective. This approach often catches the negative person off guard. They were likely expecting you to react with hurt or anger, giving them a rush of satisfaction. By asking them to repeat their hurtful words, you deny them that immediate gratification. If they do have the courage to repeat their statement, follow up with questions about their intentions. Ask things like, "Did you intend to hurt me?" or "Was the sole purpose of you saying that to embarrass me?" These questions force them to confront the impact of their words. It makes them taste their own medicine, often leaving them feeling uncomfortable and questioning their behavior. This method is part of the energy reverse technique because it turns the tables on the negative person. Instead of draining your energy with their cruel words, they find themselves in an awkward position. They may feel weak or ashamed, when faced with the reality of their actions. By staying calm and asking these questions, you maintain control of the situation and your energy, while the negative person loses their power to affect you. 5. Practice non-reaction. Non-reaction is a powerful way to conserve your energy when dealing with negative people. Often these individuals are looking for a reaction. They want to see you get upset, angry, or defensive. By not giving them this reaction, you're denying them the energy they're trying to take from you. When faced with negativity, take a deep breath and pause before responding. Remind yourself that you don't need to react to everything that's said to you. Sometimes, silence can be the most powerful response. If you do need to respond, do so calmly and without emotional charge. Non-reaction doesn't mean being a pushover. You can still assert your boundaries and stand up for yourself when necessary. The key is to do so from a place of calm strength rather than emotional reactivity. 6. Use the broken record technique. When dealing with persistent negative people, the broken record technique can be very effective. This involves repeating the same phrase or statement calmly and consistently, regardless of what the other person says. For example, if someone is pressuring you to do something you're not comfortable with, simply repeat, "I've made my decision, and I'm not changing my mind." The key to this technique is to stay calm and avoid getting drawn into arguments or explanations. By repeating your statement without emotion, you're sending a clear message that you won't be manipulated or worn down. This can be particularly useful when dealing with pushy or controlling individuals. The goal isn't to be rude, but to firmly maintain your position without expending unnecessary energy. With practice, you'll find that many negative people will give up their attempts to drain your energy when faced with this unwavering response. 7. Implement the gray rock method. The gray rock method is a strategy for dealing with manipulative or attention-seeking individuals. The idea is to make yourself as uninteresting and unresponsive as possible, like a gray rock. When interacting with a negative person, keep your responses brief, neutral, and devoid of emotion or interesting details. For example, if a dramatic co-worker is trying to draw you into office gossip, respond with short, boring answers like, "Oh, really?" or "I see." Don't offer any opinions or show any excitement. This denies them the emotional reaction they're seeking and makes engaging with you unrewarding for them. By consistently using this method, you become a less appealing target for energy vampires. They'll likely move on to someone who provides the emotional response they crave, leaving your energy intact. 8. Practice the mental delete technique. The mental delete technique is a powerful way to protect your energy from negative comments or criticism. When someone says something hurtful or unnecessary, imagine there's a delete button in your mind. Visualize yourself pressing this button, erasing the negative comment from your mental space. This technique helps you avoid dwelling on hurtful words or letting them affect your self-esteem. It's not about ignoring valid feedback, but rather about protecting yourself from intentionally harmful or useless negativity. With practice, you'll find yourself automatically deleting negative input, preventing it from taking up space in your mind and draining your energy. This leaves you free to focus on more positive and productive thoughts. 9. Employ the compliment redirect strategy. When faced with a negative person who's criticizing or complaining, try the compliment redirect strategy. This involves responding to their negativity with a genuine compliment about them. For example, if a co-worker is griping about a project, you might say, "I've always admired how much you care about your work." This unexpected positivity often stops negative people in their tracks. It's hard for them to continue being negative when faced with kindness. Plus, it shifts the energy of the conversation in a more positive direction without directly confronting or arguing with them. This technique not only protects your energy, but can potentially improve your relationship with the negative person over time. It shows that you're not an easy target for negativity and may even inspire them to be more positive around you. 10. Use the energy investment mindset. Think of your energy as a valuable resource that you're choosing to invest. Before engaging with someone, ask yourself, is this a worthwhile investment of my energy? If the answer is no, find a way to limit or avoid the interaction. This mindset helps you become more intentional about where you're spending your energy. It's not about being selfish, but about being wise with your resources. Just as you wouldn't carelessly spend money, don't carelessly spend your energy. By consistently applying this mindset, you'll naturally start to avoid energy-draining situations and people, preserving your energy for more positive and productive endeavors. 11. Apply the emotional Iido technique. Aikido is a martial art that focuses on redirecting an attacker's energy rather than meeting it head-on. You can apply this principle emotionally when dealing with negative people. Instead of resisting or fighting their negativity, redirect it. For instance, if someone is complaining about a problem, redirect their energy towards finding a solution. You might say, "That does sound challenging. What do you think could be done to improve the situation?" This steers the conversation in a more constructive direction without directly opposing their negativity. This technique allows you to maintain a positive stance while avoiding conflict. It can transform potentially draining interactions into more productive ones, preserving your energy in the process. 12. The energy audit practice. Regularly conduct an energy audit of your life. At the end of each week, reflect on your interactions and activities. Which ones left you feeling energized? Which ones drained you? Keep a log of these observations. Use this information to make informed decisions about how you spend your time and who you interact with. If you notice that certain people or activities consistently drain your energy, look for ways to limit your exposure to them. This practice helps you become more aware of your energy levels and what affects them. Over time, you'll naturally start to gravitate towards people and activities that boost your energy, while finding ways to manage or avoid those that drain it. If you have made it this far, comment down below with the word 100% to confirm that you have received the knowledge from this video. For more interesting topics, make sure you watch the recommended video that you see on the screen right now. Thanks for watching.